Hey YouTube, so a couple things. One, we are going to do a Master League team here. So I know not everyone loves Master League, but we're going to start doing these. So if you have Master League videos, maybe I'll showcase them the last week. A lot of people are trying to grind last week, so maybe not this time around, but like for sure, maybe next season we'll start Ultra League and Master League videos. So we're starting with Apex Arms again, because one, they're the only ones who submitted a Master League, and two, they are a member of the channel. So I appreciate the member support and we'll always prioritize members. So I finally made it to ace with this team, and I'm setting my sights on veteran for next season. I went 8-2, and the team is fairly balanced with a double weakness to ice and fairy. Yep. I ran outrage on Zygarde for dragon coverage, and I think it plays way better. The ability to grab shields while taking origin pulses in the face is probably broken. Yeah, so yveltal, bulk, and spamminess should not be underestimated, and DUSK's main covers pretty much everything. Aside from a DUSK main swap into Zarude, which I immediately second guessed. Yep, so don't go psychic into a dark. Correct. The My Man moment should be non-existent compared to my first submission, but you be the judge. That is a lot of confidence for someone who had a lot of My Mans last time. Okay. So a couple things with Master League. I don't think I've actually looked at a Master League. I haven't played Master League in seasons, and I don't really look at Master League videos. So there's going to be a lot of like in the Great League, I'm like, you'll live with like a couple HP, and I'm like almost perfect every time. I have no idea how much these charge moves do. I don't have like, so there's gonna be, I won't be able to guess like, oh, you can live this, you can do that. So there's gonna be a little less analysis that way. I have played with NECROZMA because I do have a level 50 DUSK main. I wish I had yveltal. I know how strong yveltal is, and Zygarde, that's not happening unless they change the cells. That is not happening for me anytime in the future. Okay, so let's see if this has waterfall or dragon. So it does have dragon breath, which is super effective against yours, but you are a Zygarde, so you can take a lot of damage here. They're going to throw the crunch, and that does almost nothing, but does lower your defense, so that makes it a little better for them, because now these dragon breaths are doing a decent amount. Going for the outrage here does land, so now you just take them out. They're going to come in with a NECROZMA, so going to throw the outrage here. Does grab one shield and going to instant swap, not wanting to get farmed down. And you do have two answers in the back, so maybe that's not the worst idea. You are coming into a bunch of energy though, but these claws are really adding up. May need to commit the double shield here, or try and run with the yveltal, but going to commit the double shield. Yeah, I was going to say you have a move, and they have a Garchomp. That seemed fast. Yeah, so that was very fast. It is just a Sand Tomb. Just going to go for the Dark Pulse here. Grabs one shield, instant swap Zygarde. They are running Mud Shot on their Garchomp. Looks like Mud Shot, Sand Attack, and we'll see what the second one is. Outrage. So that's a boom. That's fine. We don't care. Coming in yveltal. Yeah, so we know they have outrage. That's basically all they're going to throw here, which is fine. We can live this. These sucker punches, again, buffed sucker punches. So these are really adding up here. Living that. Out comes NECROZMA. Just going to go for the double super effective, right? Psychic, Ghost, double super effective farm down. Taking that one there. Rhyperior with the not new, but buffed Mud Slap. And Rock Wrecker is resisted on the ground. So this is unless it has Surf, that's just neutral. Or Breaking Swipe. It has Breaking Swipe too, so that is super effective. So here comes probably a second Breaking Swipe, which would be super effective, but again, non-stab, and you'll just live. You both have 3-turn moves, so the fast move is not something to focus on. The Earthquake does land and take out there. Togekiss. Yeah, you just need to play this out. No, you can't switch yet. No, you can't switch. You have to play that out because your yveltal is also just super weak to fairy. So coming in here, now losing this Pokemon is not how you play this. You have to let Zygarde go down. Throw a resisted move. I don't care. Throw the resisted outrage. But then you stay in that matchup, and then you align your NECROZMA on the fairy, and then you could align, and then you align your yveltal on their DUSK main, or the other one. baiting there too, which is a decision. Now going for the nuke. They finally shield that one. Coming in yveltal. You may get to the Oblivion Wing because they're down shields. Could be just Ancient Power to be super effective, but you'll live. Ooh, attack boost, but you still get to the Oblivion Wing. You played this wrong. That's on my man, but you're so confident. I'm just kidding. I appreciate the support, but no, you were definitely wrong there. You definitely play out zygarde and then a line. Again, this is one that you just have to stay into. Like, it sucks. If you're going to run ABA weak to this, here's the problem. Making a nice catch. If you're going to run ABA weak to this, weak to fairy and ice, you should be running yveltal on the lead because now you're screwed here, and then you got two answers that are screwed. Time does fly, Chris. You need to run yveltal lead because at least it has Oblivion Ring. Outrage and Earthquake are both resisted on Togekiss. Again, other fairies, Earthquake is neutral, but at least Oblivion Wing is super effective against, not super effective, is neutral to all of them. So if you're going to run ABA weak to something, you always run something on the lead that you can actually chip with something. So now you're screwed, right? Because now the fairy, I mean, they are down shield, but who cares? They should just be able to out-charm you. And they're coming in here. You got to hope this does like 90% that you can Sucker Punch down. Or I guess maybe less than, yeah. I guess that's perfect because you probably need this much farm down. You got to put on the do not disturb when you're battling. You got to, going for the nuke. Yeah, I was supposed to say you got to bait, but no, I guess going for the nuke, landing this would be a win con too. But you don't get it, so you're going to go down here. Yeah. So if you're going to run ABA weak to fairy and ice, just move yveltal on the lead, and if you see a fairy, you just stay in and throw some Oblivion Wings. That's basically your only chance. I like the shield to throw a double resisted Earthquake here, but that's not going to do anything. Okay, Dragonite. Obviously, you just play this out. It'll be a Dragon Claw. It'll be super effective. Let's just see how much Zygarde can actually take here. Didn't even get you to the yellow, which is insane. This Pokemon is so bulky. Going to the Outrage. At this point, I would personally let it go and come to NECROZMA. Because the Dragon Tail's resisted. So I would have just come to NECROZMA and get ahead on Shadow Claw energy while taking resisted Dragon Tails on your Steel. And don't give up Switch. You have such an... I guess you have two answers for this, so maybe you should give up Switch, but I don't know if I would give up Switch. It's shielding up a Shadow Ball. Just come into the farm down. If they're throwing Shadow Ball, they don't have anything. Now just start throwing the Dark Pulses. So there's one. Throw out the other one. Damn. I wish I had a strong yveltal. I wish I had strong anything. I don't have hundos for the majority of these, and I don't have IVs. Sorry, I don't have hundos or the XLs for the majority of these. Okay. NECROZMA. You just need to play it out. You have Earthquake, which is super effective. Obviously, the pacing is not in your favor here. But going to get to this Earthquake. They do shield. At this point, you let it go and just go yveltal. I guess you could take it in the one here. I guess you could take it in the one just going Earthquake. But they shield, so you definitely let this go. There we go. Okay. Now, yveltal should just... So, you're coming to a mirror match where you're both doing super effective against each other. You're both half psychic, and you're both hitting each other with Shadow Claws. Yveltal is a dark, which resists ghosts. So you should be coming in yveltal, hitting super effective with the Sucker Punches, while also taking resisted Shadow Claws. So you'll take this out, and then you should instant swap until yveltal to take out And they still have Pokemon left. I totally forgot they have a Zygarde left. Because we haven't seen this yet. So, if you think it's just like Crunch, yeah. I was going to say what they have. Crunch or Earthquake normally, right? So you could just let it go. Take these charge moves. Dragon Tails are starting to add up, though. Which is the only unfortunate part. Going for the Oblivion Wing. This will be a really hard-hitting move. Wow. Jesus Christ. So it should be hard-hitting. But that felt like it did nothing. So getting a second one off here. Finally taking it out. Shield this. And then Sucker Punch down. Another Dragon. So both doing super effective against each other. This thing is just way glossier than you, though. But I'm assuming these charge moves coming through are going to chip, but they don't even get to a charge move. What move does this thing have that they're not even getting to a charge move yet at 21? And they just go down. Okay, this is like a top left for them. Metagross. So, yeah, you can just play this out and get to the Earthquake again. See, this is one where like there's an argument to be made that you should be leaving it because you have two fantastic answers in the back to this, where you have super effective Sucker Punch and Dark Pulse and super effective Shadow Claw and Dark Pulse. Yeah, and Necrozma can act as a safe swap, so that's why taking the resisted moves on the steel, coming in here. It is an Earthquake, so that's unfortunate. Throw something. Throw the Sunstrike Steel. Sun Steel Strike. Grabbing that last shield. I don't think it's worth going in here just to get farmed down and give them more energy. I think you just come straight yveltal and get ahead on energy. I would probably shield one coming up here. Yeah, I think you want to say maybe one shield for Metagross, but just going to take this set with Dark Pulse here. And now you just get, hopefully, yeah, you should get to Dark Pulse with ease. So shielding that up. Getting to the Dark Pulse. Or Oblivion Wing, both will take out. It does not matter which one you throw. Take it out there. Groudon. See what it's running. I'm guessing it's a Mud Shot. So I'm guessing Precipice Blade is coming through here. Get to the Outrage first, though. So Outrage does land. Great amount of damage. Again, I'm assuming with this Pokemon... Whoa. I knew Precipice Blade was like a nuke, but holy smokes, that did a ton of damage to Zygarde. Gonna shield up the second one. Farm down, keep Switch. See what Switch is. Zarude, I'm guessing this is a mistake. So Zarude is tough for your backline, not gonna lie. But you do have a flyer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the right way to play this out is just stay in with Zygarde, keep Dragon Tailing and Outrage, and then Yveltal. Yeah, getting into a psychic Pokemon that has Shadow Claws as a fast move is not it. So you let this go, and I guess you just come Yveltal after to get to the Oblivion Wing. Your Zygarde actually has a lot of health. That's why I said you should have just played out the lead. Are you going to try and catch here? Or they realize that, I guess, I don't know what they had in the back. It's so tough to read these teams. Okay, you're screwed. So, well, you know what? Yeah, you probably should have come in here quicker then. I forgot that this thing is half psychic. You definitely should have come in here sooner. Because these are neutral Sucker Punches because they are half psychic, which takes super effective Fairy Resist, so it nets out to a neutral. Whereas Dragon Tail is just straight resisted on fairies. So you should have come in with yveltal sooner. You can't come in NECROZMA. Well, I mean, you guess you could come in NECROZMA. I'm assuming they have an answer. Why are we coming back here just to take a move that's going to just destroy us probably? No, we're going to shield too. Okay. Okay. Be nice. Oh, geez. Primarina too. Throw the Earthquake and then get into the I would have grabbed a shield there. Oh, the confidence to think you only deserve the one, my man, for the Zarude there. There's still a lot of problems here. Are they running a triple freaking water? Jesus, triple water. Brutal. Yeah, so this game's over. No, yeah, you got some matchups things to learn still. Okay, we've seen this. Even if it's Dragon Breath, we'll play it out. It is Dragon Breath, but we'll just get to the... In what world do you quit there? Okay. NECROZMA. That's when like you're an 18-year-old and your mom is yelling at you to come down for dinner that you just quit. Because there's no reason to quit that matchup. Okay. So, the beam lands, getting to the Earthquake. NECROZMA does resist a lot with the steel, so I would go there. I don't think there's a point of letting them just farm you a bunch when you're hitting neutral and they're hitting super effective. When you have a steel that resists the Dragon Breath and the Iron Head and the Draco Meteor. So I'm assuming everything's resisted. You still may want to shield up a Draco, but it's up to you. Just an Iron Head. Yeah, this is the matchup you should have been way sooner. Going for the resisted steel on steel move instead of the dark. Yeah, I was supposed to say that resisted Sunseal Strike still does more than neutral Dark Pulses. There's a lot of situations like that where that happens, where this is essentially like a superior, to put it in Great League context for people, this is a resisted Frenzy still doing more than a neutral Air Lace. That is essentially what's happening here. A resisted Sunsteel Strike does more than a neutral Dark Pulse. Getting to the Bolivian Wing. Gonna shield up a Fire Punch here. This Oblivion Wing grabs the shield. They're gonna try and throw here. Yeah, I was about to say they're gonna try and CMP you. They can only throw Fire Punch because, again, ground is double resisted by flying. Here comes the Oblivion Wing. What's left? The NECROZMA, which is getting just, deleted. I was like, why is it going down so fast? Again, because it is a Psychic Ghost, which takes double super effective to Dark. So a hard-hitting Sucker Punch there. Absolutely just deleting that Pokemon. Okay. So, thank you. 1. Thank you for the support on this channel and my second channel. 2. Thank you for the Mass League videos. We'll see if I continue to put these out, whether we get new subscribers and grow the base. 3. Way more than one, my mans. Again, so some of those, like, some of them are just basic matchup, but some of them are basic typing issues, like going into a Zarude with a NECROZMA is just a basic, like, you don't know that as a Psychic you should not go into a Dark. That's basic. Some of the less basic stuff, which you probably should learn, is like, if you're ABA weak to something, you're W to Fairy, W to Ice here, you need something on the lead that you can play out no matter what. Because you cannot go into your B and then just be left with 2 A's. So what I mean by that is there's a Fairy lead. A couple times it was Togekiss. You can't go into NECROZMA, which is Steel, because they probably have an answer for Steel. If they're team built properly, they're going to go into their answer, take out your NECROZMA, and then you're left with a Dark and a Dragon against a Fairy. So you're going to lose. So you need to put a Pokemon on the lead if you're going to be double weak that can play out the matchups. I'll give you an example from the Great League because those are easier to explain. If I'm going to run ABA water, let's say a Gastrodon in the back that is weak to grass, I want to run something like an Azumarill or a Feraligatr on lead, where if I see a grass, I have Ice Beam on Azumarill, I have Ice Beam on Feraligatr, I can just chip a bunch. I'm bulky enough on Azumarill to live probably a Frenzy. You have to play that lead out because you can't go into your counter because they're going to have an answer for your counter, and then you're just going to be left with 2 Pokemon that can't deal with the grass. So you can't, yeah. So that's how you play ABA type teams. Anyways, that is it. Hope you're having a good weekend and a raid day. If you're doing the raid day, check out the video yesterday. I do cover Hoopa and just general Pokemon of whether you need to keep one of everything because you never know what is meta. And that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.